You know, irony is pretty funny. Today, I made a poll on my YouTube asking what other animes besides JoJo's Bizarre Adventures would y'all like for me to talk about. You know, I had the standard ones up there: Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, and other. You could have just left a comment. And you still can. The poll is not closed, but there is a clear leader, and in my eyes, at least for right now, there's a clear winner, and that's Bleach. And the twisted part of the irony is my best friend that I've known since I was 11 has been begging me for years to finish Bleach, and I've been slacking, admittedly. But now, I'm left with no choice. Now y'all will start begging me to finish Bleach. So why not just start giving y'all Bleach content and finish Bleach? I will finish it. But that also leads into today's topic, which is the worst hairstyles in Bleach. Yep, we are switching that series over from JoJo's. And up first, you have one of my ghosts, Renji. Now you may ask me, well, his hairstyle isn't that bad. Which, admittedly, that is true. But just because of his hairline, I have to put him up here. It's so disgraceful to my eyes. I feel like it's burning a hole in them every time I look at my screen and see him with that fuck ass hairline. It genuinely makes me question what a man has to do in life to get to that point where he just doesn't give a fuck about his hair. At the same time, he is a warrior, but we see what he could do. Even though my Bleach knowledge is rusty, I'm all the way up to the Ukiura fight, or a little bit after. He was getting bopped. I don't know what he's doing in 1,000-Year Blood War. I don't know if he's turning up. But back then, it was crucial. But his hairline is such an atrocity. I would say he has to be forced to wear a headband every time he goes out in public, or he just has to be forced to shave all that shit off, because that is disgusting. It's horrible. It's every horrifying adjective you could think of. Just think of how bad that actually is. And think to yourself for a second. Would me, personally, be able to walk out the house with that hairline and feel comfortable? No head covering. No nothing. No hoodie. No. Everyone in public has to see you. All of your friends, even though they may question it or they may not, weird glances will be looked at. Are you comfortable with that? Up next, we gotta talk about Omaeda. Now, looking at his hair, it poses a question. Why don't you just go bald? Why don't you just let all that shit go? Just let it go with the wind. Sometimes it's okay to allow life to drop changes into your lap. When you started losing your hair and your hair started to go back, that was a change nature was telling you to give it up. And I think more than anything, what pisses me off are those fuck ass sideburns. Take them off. Take them off. Just take it all off. Just let it go. Let it go. You could just be an old, bald. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes life tells you change is bound to happen. You're not accepting the change. Because his forehead is still so big you can crack an egg on it and scramble that bitch on his head. On his head. What's the difference between being bald? You just look a little bit more silly like this. You look a little bit more goofy like this. Between you and just being a bald nigga. You could have just let it go. I think between JoJo and Bleach, this is the most I've ever thought to tell a character to let it go. This is horrible. This is a haircut you should never strive to be. When you are old and you start losing your hair and your hairline starts going back, it's only but so far back it could go before you're just like, alright, it's time to just let all this shit die. I stand fucking corrected. This is genuinely the entire worst hairstyle you could ever have.
It's not enough.
Now, I would never try as the character, but I can try as the hair. if you can even call that hair. It's one strand of hair. How can you call that a hairstyle? You're just, I don't know. You're bullshitting. I can't call it. At least with the one before, you could at least say he was just losing his hair. He won't let it go. You know, with this, you wanted this hairstyle. This was a choice, and it's a bad one. It's a really, really bad one. I wish it was cut off, and I think the longer I stare at it, the more I want to physically cry and bawl out in tears. Because mentally, I can't even justify a reason to get that hairstyle. And I can't even say I would get it just because I was bored. Even if I was bored, that's just more... It's so over the top and extreme. It's literally like if you went out in public and just wore a sign that said "kick me" all the time. But with that hairstyle, the sign doesn't say "kick me," it just says "look at me." And a lot of people would probably look, for better or for worse. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't care about what people think. But in all seriousness, you should never get this fucking hairstyle ever in your life. If you ever... No. Just don't think about it. No. I feel like one day I'm gonna run into somebody with one of these hairstyles and they're just gonna be like, oh, what was all that shit you was talking? I'm gonna just look at them and keep walking. But like, generally, these are some bad hairstyles. Except Renji's, you know. Renji's hairstyle, like his actual hairstyle, is not bad. It is literally just that fuck ass hairline. Please, for the love of God, get it. Keep a headband on. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 2K, and we've actually just hit 1.8K. The growth has been crazy. The community has been growing, and I thank all of y'all. And until next time, peace.